everybody, welcome back to my channel Made with Love. My name is Heather. Today I'm taking a break right now from baking. I hope everybody's enjoying my Christmas baking. Today I am going to be making these. It is the, just move this out of the way, it's the pot holder tea towel with the little button, and you just undo the button and you just hook it around the door handle of your oven. So you always have your tea towel ready. So they're very quick and easy to make. This one is obviously not the Christmas one. That one I made a couple months back. But I'll show you which I got from the dollar store. So I found this set, and it says Peace and Joy, and it's in the gold and silver. So I got the oven mitts, the pot holders, and the tea towels. And because the pot holders come in a set of two, I'm going to make two of each kind. So I got that one. And then I also got the set with the poinsettias. And I bought the set with the Christmas trees. So of course, to go along with my Christmas baking that I'll be giving out to friends and family for Christmas, I thought these would be a fun addition as well. But they're very, very easy to make. So I'm just going to set these aside for now. Just going to see. I'm going to start with the poinsettias. First you got to do is take off all the tags. Just need one of each. Now because these came from the dollar store, I will say that every tea towel and pot holder are all slightly different. So they never actually seem to line up perfectly, but that's okay. I'm just undoing all these. And of course you will be needing your sewing straight pins or whatever you want to use to help hold the material together. And of course an assortment of buttons. Okay, so I'm just going to take the tags off of these, and I'll be right back when I get that done. Sorry about that. I actually thought that I had removed all the price tags, but I guess I missed a few. So we're just going to take one of the tea towels, just going to open it up, right side down. I'm just going to move the camera just so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just going to fold this into thirds. Just fold both sides into the middle, as even as you can. But like I said, this is from the dollar store. You know, $1.25 a tea towel, $1.25 the oven mitt, and $1.25 for the set of two pot holders. You know, it's okay if it's not perfect. So you have it like this, and you've got your pot holder. So this already has a crease from when it was folded. You just have to make a crease in here. So I'm just going to fold this in half so I get a nice crease. So I would use my iron to do this to help, but I think it's okay because you just have to line it up on there. Just got to bend it, fold it the right way because you want to have this side facing out. Now you've got this crease, you got this, you got to flip. I got to flip this back over this way. You got the crease in here, because then you're going to be sewing it like this onto here. So you just lay the pot holder upside down, and you want the tea towel right side up. And I'm just going to grab a couple of my little straight pins. I'm just going to put a couple in each corner. That one's broken. Or whatever you want to use. I've seen some people have these really neat little clamps or clips that they use for sewing. I just have basic sewing needles. And I just do one in each corner, just holds it still. Because it's just one straight line, that's all you have to sew. So if you can sew one straight line, you can make these. But my sewing needles are very dull. I'm not going through this material. I'll have to, again, my sewing needles come from the dollar store as well. I think it's like a pack of 100 or 150 or something for like $1.50. So we've got the first one already. So I'm just going to set this aside, and I'll just show quickly how we do it. Just take your tea towel, lay it down in front, just fold it in, you want to fold it into thirds. You fold the two sides till they meet in the center. Just flip it over, take your pot holder. You want a nice crease in there so you can line up the creases. Just kind of helps with sewing so you know that you're sewing a straighter line. And just lay it on top, like where you've got this folded edge, just lay it on top with the folded edge of the tea towel. And again, just pin the corners together. So I'm making, I think, 6 or 8 of these. I think I'm making 6 today because I already made 2 the other day. Like I did the 2, or not the other day, a couple weeks ago, I did the 2 coffee ones. Just for, so it's as a gift for somebody who, can use year round. But I'm also making some of the Christmas ones for other family and friends who, who like the Christmas stuff. Okay, so I got 2 more to pin. So I'm just going to finish doing these 2. So just going to fold this in, fold this one in. I'm just going to show you, like sometimes, the pot holders don't always line up. That's okay. I'm just going to have to fold this again. Sometimes you have to, I think for this one, yeah, this was the one where the pot or the tea towel is a little bit longer than the pot holder, so I actually have to overlap just a little bit. Just have to overlap the edges just a little bit, just so that you get the full tea towel gets covered by the pot holder. It's not gonna wreck the final project. They still look good, and it doesn't matter how good of a sewer you are. Like, I'm not much of a sewer, but I can sew a straight line, so I do make a few things. There's that one, and I got one more here to do. And I just realized that I pinned that last one on backwards, so I'm gonna have to redo that. So I will fix that one, and then I will be right back and when I'm at the sewing machine, and I'll show you how to stitch. Okay, I just want to quickly show you my sewing machine. So I just keep my thing on 6 anywhere on one of these smaller stitches. I just keep the tension, I don't know what, I just keep it, I guess, at 6 as well. Just keep it kind of in the middle. It's an old sewing machine. I've had it for must be 15 years now. It's just like $100 sewing machine from Walmart. I don't use any dials. I said I use it on number 6. My stitches is on 6, and my tension is on 6. That's as simple and basic as I do. So I will turn the camera around and start sewing. Can't get a project any more simple than this. I've got this all set up now. All I have to do is do one quick straight line. And that is all there is to making this. So I'm just gonna keep sewing all 6 tea towels until I get them all finished. I'll just show again, so you just get this lined up. can sew a straight line, you can make one of these. So I'm just gonna keep doing for the next 4, and when I get them done, I'll be right back. Okay, I now have them all stitched. I'm just gonna cut the excess thread off and take out the pins, and I'll show you what they look like. Take out the pins, and they are stitched. Tea towel are all stitched to the pot holders now. Just gonna finish taking out the pins, the rest of these. It's a very easy sewing craft. It's like one of the beginner crafts for sewing. So each one is sewn on, and it's okay if it goes a little crooked. I think I didn't quite have this one lined up right, but that's okay. You know, it's a gift, it's handmade, it's okay if it's a little bit longer, you know, by an inch, which I actually prefer that, because then I do know which way is the front and which way is the back. I like to have a little bit longer at the front for a tea towel anyways. So it's not a big deal. Snip this one. I've got 2 more. I'll just grab those in a second. Just hold this up, make sure it's all lined up. Then of course the final step will be, all we have to do now is just sew a button on all of these. So I just got to go through and find the buttons. I'm just going to take out the last 2 with the straight pins out of them, and I'll be right back when I decide which buttons. Okay, now for the poinsettia ones, because they're got the green, you know, the back of the pot holder's green, and then for the Christmas tree, the back of the pot holder's red. So I'm going to put the burgundy ones on with the poinsettia, and I'm going to do the green. Actually, no, I'm going to do one of each. I'll do one of each. I'll do 1 green one and 1 red one for the poinsettias, and 1 green one and 1 red one for the Christmas trees. So set that aside. And then for these gold and silver ones, I've got 1 big silver button, and I've got 1 pearlized button. I went through my whole jar of buttons I've got here. And I also have a couple other packs. I bought these last night at Walmart. So these ones were all green, like sort of green and yellow. And I got this one here, which is assortment of red and burgundy buttons. So that is what I've decided to do. So I'm just gonna, I have to get my sewing needle and my thread. When I get that, I'll be back and I'll show you how to sew the buttons. Okay, so you decide where the placement of the button will be. You just fold the pot holder up, and you take the little loop and you just pull it down. So I can kind of see that this little star here is kind of right in the center of this loop. So this tells me I need to have like the center of my button kind of there. So I'm just gonna set the button about there. I'm gonna grab my thread. And my needle, and I'm just gonna sew the button on. And I know there's tricks to, you know, getting the thread in a knot. I've tried them, I can't seem to do them, so I just do this little standard, just wrap around my finger and pull and try to get the knot to line up. You know, some people are trust their thread that they will only do one little tiny knot. I don't trust this thread. This thread is either from the dollar store or Walmart. I'm not sure anymore which exact spool of thread I'm using, but that's where I buy my thread from. Walmart, they're $3 to $5 a thing, and at the dollar store they're $1.25 to $2. So I'm just gonna see right where the little star is. I'm just gonna bring this down, zoom in a little bit. So I said this little star right here was about the center of the loop. So I'm just gonna get this to come through. I'm just going to keep stitching a few times till the button is secure. I'm just going to turn this around this way so I'm not blocking the view. I'm just going to keep stitching several times. I don't know how many times people usually go to sew on a button. I just go until it's no longer loose. This feels pretty loose still. Oh, there. Now it's starting to get tighter. So I'm just going to keep stitching this until I've got it stitched on, and I'll be back after I get a few more buttons stitched. Okay, I was going to show this one. When I line up the loop, it's not in the center of the snowflake. It's actually in the white section here between the silver snowflake, so I'll have to stitch the button here on this one. So I'm just gonna grab the thread and start stitching this one, and I'll be back when I get a few more buttons stitched on. Now for these ones, because the buttons I'm using have larger holes, I've decided I'm going to be using my embroidery floss. I'm just going to find my greens and reds and find the ones that match these buttons the best. So I'm going to lay these here. I'm going to find the red and green. Got my big shoebox container full of just brand new embroidery floss. Here's a good burgundy one. I think that will look good with that one. I'm just trying to find a brighter red. So I think this one, yeah, I think that one would look best with that one. Now for the greens. These are kind of a brighter green. Just trying to find, see if I have a brighter green. Not like that. I don't know, is these numbered? I don't know what colors or numbers, how you find that on these. I don't know. Yeah, they got, every single one has a different number. I've got these 3 greens here. Oh, these 3 are actually all the same. These 2 greens here are different. I don't remember where I got these emery floss from. I think it was like one of the local secondhand stores, I believe, had a big bag of it for a couple dollars, so I bought it. I'm not liking these yellowy greens. I like the green, but I want more of a vibrant green. I'm not seeing the right shade of green. Well, I thought I would have. I'm having all these colors. Let's see, and I've got these ones are all tangled, but this one, this pack here, I bought it from a buck or two. I paid $1 and I got 6 colors. Let me see, how's that green? Not quite the color I'm looking for either. Well, I guess I'll have to use one of these greens here. I guess it doesn't matter because they're all like the same color, so I guess it makes it easy. I guess I'm going to use this color for both these green buttons. They seem to be pretty similar in color, so that'll be a pretty good match for them, I guess. I do have another tub of embroidery floss somewhere, but I'm not going to go digging through looking for more floss. Okay, so I'm just going to get this all started, and I'm going to get these buttons stitched on. It's the same thing. You just fold this over. You see right where the center of the buttonhole is, so that's right where the button needs to be. So on this one, it's this leaf right here. So the center is this between the red and the green leaf at the top. Okay, so I'll be back when I get the last 4 buttons stitched on. Okay, I'm just going to stitch on this last button. So I'm just going to tie a knot at the end of the thread. Now, for the thickness of these last buttons, I said I was using the embroidery floss. Just tie a quick knot if I can. For some reason, I just doesn't want to tie a knot. Just give up some of the extra stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna line this up. Just fold this down. So in the center of the little hook, we've got this Christmas ornament here. So that's going to be where I know the center of the button has to be. So I just kind of hold it right over top of there. I'm just going to get the needle through and just put the button on. I'm just going to do a quick few stitches to get this button stitched on. There's probably faster and easier ways of stitching on buttons, but I just know the most basic. I just go back and forth. This one here's got the 4 buttons, so I'm just going to go crisscross, make like an X a couple times, probably about 3 times I think. And then just tie a quick knot at the back. And then I'll have all 6 of these done. Tricky thing is trying to find the holes after a couple of times, especially with the emery floss and how thick this button is. There, just gonna do one more cross here. Like that, and then to finish this up, I'm just going to take this through this back here, and through here, and just pull some thread and then slip the needle through. Like that to kind of get a knot going. Pull tight. I'm going to do a second time. Just going to slide the needle through the fabric. Like that, pull it through, and then pull the needle back through that loop of thread and pull tight to make a knot, and just cut it off. Turn this around, just do up the button at the top and take the oven mitt and just loop that through the button as well. And there we go. I'm just going to move the camera up a little so I can show. So there it is. It's so easy to make. Just using a simple pot holder, a tea towel, and a button. And I said if you can sew a straight line, you can make it. So there's that set. I'm just going to show all the sets look like because I've got a whole set of them here. So there's the another poinsettia with the red button. I'm just going to angle this up just a little higher. I've got this poinsettia set. I've got this Christmas tree set with the green button. Poinsettia set with the green button. I got this gold and silver, says peace and joy with the pearlized button. And of course this other gold and silver, peace and joy with the silver button. And that was the other one I'd shown before with the Christmas tree with the red button. Now one thing I'll show about this Christmas tree, I'm just going to move these aside for a second. The Christmas tree pot holder, it does happen, so if you have a pot holder where it's got the hook up here and it's got the nice, it has the Christmas tree picture, so it hangs up like this. Some of the other ones were just standard little poinsettias and stars, so it didn't matter, but this one actually has the Christmas tree. So when you hook it up like this, you could just hang it like this. So you've got the button to the back, now you've got the Christmas tree at the front. When you hang it this way with the button at the front, now you've got the back of, or the bottom part of the Christmas tree upside down. If you wanted to, you could probably take the time and take the little hook off and just put it, reverse the hook and the button if you want to do that. I'm not doing that because it doesn't matter to me because they're gifts. And usually if you put them on, like you can play around with it and you can get the button to come to the top and you can have it on like this. But because I am also have the oven mitt that goes with it, and when you put the oven mitt over top like this, you don't even notice that really. So it's just a little thing that might bother some people, because if you hang it on like this, the button's at the back, it's hard to hook the oven mitt to there. But that was just something I noticed after I had already made these ones, that these ones actually had the Christmas tree. I didn't notice that. If I would have done something a little different, but I think they still look really good. So it costs like the tea towel was $1.25, the oven mitt was $1.25, and the pot holders were packs of 2 for $1.25. So under $5 for a really nice little gift that you can make somebody. Oh, and of course, you got the price of the buttons, depending on where you go to get buttons. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for watching my tutorial on how I make my little tea towel hangers for on your oven doors. Thank you for watching, and please continue to watch my videos, and please subscribe. Okay, thank you. Bye.